Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast a day. 306 pod a day. It's good. I'm happy. Am I? I don't know. I'm feeling normal. I don't even think this is that interesting or that much news. I think I spoke about this vaguely, briefly, maybe earlier, like weeks, couple months. I don't know. Whenever Joey Barton decided he wanted to become a villain, because that's essentially what he did. He essentially woke up one day and just decided. I don't know if he just got sacked or something from management. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Um, but it kind of comes across like he just kind of came to this realization: I'm never gonna be a good manager or successful manager, or like make it really as a pundit on like the level I want to. I probably don't have enough cash to sort of take me to death now. So what career will I choose? I'll just be mildly annoying, I guess, and I'll just be a troll, and that's just it. It feels like one day it's just a switch. I'll pick my things, and I'm not saying these are like fake. And I'll get into what it is. I'm not saying these are like fake, opinions of his. Maybe I'm sure. Look, Joey Butler. It's not like, you know, Bukayo Saka's coming out with this, and it's like, whoa, shock. Joey Barton's career suggests all of these are definitely thoughts he has. But it's just like whether they're your genuine thoughts or not. It's just very weird. Just the decision to I'm trying to find the phrase. Within a day though, just being like, yeah, this is my entire personality now. And it's like there's things I don't like. There's probably hot takes I have. Everyone's probably got something that would get them quote unquote cancelled. But like I feel like the fact I can't think of what it is right now just shows that it doesn't consume my every waking minute and become my entire thing. What do I not like? Just think of anything you don't like, even if it's not cancelable. Name one thing you don't like. I don't like. Okay, I was talking about this yesterday. I don't like people. Well, oh, okay. Well, to say I don't like them is a bit harsh. But when people camp outside for stuff like 5 in the morning or whatever, that's the thing. It's like they're not hurting anyone. Why do you even care? I don't then tweet about it though every single day and like find and like actively search out the thing I don't like and then talk about it non-stop. Joey Barton can't stand women. I'm sure. I mean, I was gonna say apart from the one who mothers his children, probably, but even that is probably rather. He just can't stand them, and especially not talking about football. Stick to what you know: the knitting, the kitchen. These are all words from Joey Barton, right? And it's just like it's not even like interesting. At first, it was kind of like, whoa, Joey Barton's came out, and he's had these hot takes, and then very quickly just kind of turned into like, oh, but he's doing it in a way that's just so over the top and so extreme that it just feels like a pantomime character. It just feels like you're gunning for interviews with Piers Morgan. It just feels, whether it's what you think or not, it's coming across just very like camp, very I don't know, just like artificial. It doesn't even feel that interesting. He's like calling people out, and it all just feels very obvious. Anyone want to scrap? I'll whatever. Any big pundit, trying Gary Neville, whoever it is, come on then, you're a weasel, you're a mouse. He has these very weird insults as well. Like he calls people stuff he'll call someone stuff like a Nimrod. He'll come out with something like that. So it's weird. Especially because when it comes to commentary, I don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't know. He's just been doing that at the moment, and it's not even in an interesting way. I'm trying to think about someone who like is controversial like that, and maybe it's part of the problem is the fact that it is Joey Barton. I would actually probably be more invested if it was like Stephen Gerrard all of a sudden had this like heel turn or whatever, and was doing all these tweets or something. But it's just like I don't know. It just feels so obvious with Joey Barton. I'm not watching an interesting character arc here. It's like I saw that coming in season one, whereas if it was like Joey, like Steven Gerrard or someone, or like Jordan Henderson just decided, when I'm in Saudi Arabia, I'm gonna fully back all the views, and just started going off, fuck the rainbow laces, and all this other sort of stuff. I'd be like, whoa, shock, big twist. Joey Barton, it's like, oh, what, the guy who with all the red cards beating up his misses. I'm maybe switching up footballers right now. I don't know, but this guy, uh, he doesn't like female commentators. Oh, really? I didn't see that one coming. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long you can live off this as well. I don't know if this is the most, how much longevity is in his career plan. But I'm sure he'll keep going for it. I mean, it's not going to do him any favors getting him any jobs taking their places. Whether he wants that or not, I don't know. Whether he realized he wasn't going to get that or not, and that's why he's doing this, probably. It's giving incel. Anyway, he's got 3 kids. It's not really incel. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Joey Barton. What else we got though? We got oh yeah, this is interesting. And this is I've made this point like a few times before, so I won't go over it too much. But this is a wider. I never thought I'd say this about what I'm about to say specifically as well. But what I'm about to say is like an example of something wider in society. Danny Aaron's. I know it sounds ludicrous to say something so dramatic and then say Danny Aaron's, but Danny Aaron's, Tennessee, both in locked in, and now they're locked in under guard. They're not married, but they're locked in under God. They're not married yet? No, they're just in a relationship, probably for however long. We wish them well. But I don't know how long. People are young, it's sort of, is that a bad way to look at things? But regardless of who it is, famous people in the public eye, people whenever I hear someone's in a relationship and they're like, under the age of 25, I always just naturally assume, well, this is ending at some point, right? Like in my mind, I go, oh, okay. But I just think, and I don't say or even actively think of it in that moment, but subconsciously I'm thinking, well, they're not going to be with them forever, though. But this is just like they just think now. Which I don't know if that's not evil, but it's maybe a little bit, I don't know if pessimistic's the right word, because it's not like I'm rooting for it and I don't believe it can. It's more just, maybe it's just naivete, maybe. But yeah, no, Danny Aaron's, I think the layman's terms people would use is punching. In the, Danny Aaron's, just to clarify. That being said, I don't, I don't know though. I don't know if that actually is the case, because I think Danny's a strong. He's a strong 7. Tennessee, And here's the thing, right? Which I always say is, I just feel like you would so rarely see someone once they get a bit of money or they get a bit of fame and they're a man. You would very rarely see a situation where people look at from the outside of their relationship and go, she is punching. It feels like you get a bit of money, you get a bit of wealth, you get a bit of fame or whatever. It's like you're gonna, you're picking off the top shelf. I'm not trying to sound like Andrew Tate. This is right. But you look at some of the most famous women, Beyonce. My mind is blank. Taylor Swift. Zendaya. You just look at it though, and you just go, you just think things like, wow, these people are like at the peak, the pinnacle, or whatever. In the same sense that people who wouldn't even have to be anywhere near as high in their space, right? But it just feels like the people they're with, Jay-Z, at a point, well, now she's with the football player, but like Matty Healy, Tom Holland. I'm thinking of Tom Holland. But just like, there isn't this same need to like have someone in your arm who appears to the greater public as, I'm the peak pinnacle, I'm picking someone else off of the top shelf. Sounds mean, but what I'm trying to say is I remember Billie Eilish was saying, girls are just nicer, guys are mean, girls are just nice, and this is why girls always get on or whatever. And that was kind of like a bullshit point she was making. But in this specific example I'm giving, it's kind of like, I'm giving no. It's kind of like I guess I'm just in a very blanket term, basic sense. I'm saying 90% of relationships the guy is punching. Um, but also, is that just because you're hearing most opinions from men who naturally are gonna think the guy's punching because they're not attracted to them? Whereas if you had the female eye and you could see it from the other side, or the male eye but just interested, then you would see it in a different light. Maybe that's something, or maybe women are just like, in this sense, more open or nice, or see past uh looks more. I don't like what I'm saying because I'm making it sound like Danny's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something. Like I'm not, but I'm just saying it just made me think, like all these big people, and it's just like I just, for example, I just don't think you would see the flip side of it. Kanye West, Drake, whatever top footballer like Ronaldo, Messi, even Ibrahimovic, LeBron James. I don't know what his message looks like, but anything, even like in stuff like Elon Musk, in that kind of world. I just don't think on average, so geezers in whatever thing they're in would just go for people. Oh, we got to know him and this and that. It feels like it's more like, oh, I'm top of the thing, so I got a supermodel on my arm. Whereas it feels like more so on the flip side, reversal of it. It's like you just see that more. It just feels like, and guess what? That should give all of us a chance. It should make you feel good on the inside. What I'm trying to say here, don't ever feel like you're out of the picture. Because it truly does seem like you're never. There's always there's always a chance here. Because it just seems like Danny Aaron's danced like Mr. Bean on Twitch. Rizz apparently, that worked. He's in there like swimwear. I don't mean literally in there. That would be a quite a vivid, vile thing to say, and I would never say something like that. No, but he's in there like swimwear, and yeah, it is crazy because I just think you'd never see a relationship, especially if someone in a doing well for themselves, a guy, and go, she's punching. That's something to think about. Not really, actually, but it is mildly interesting. One day I'll bring up this point and someone will agree with me and say, yeah, that's actually a really interesting point, mate. Yet it's yet to happen, and I've been trying to sell that as like, read all about it, new take here, interesting point, interesting observation. No one's buying it yet. No one's picked up the pitch yet, but they will eventually. People will come around and go, that's actually an interesting thing you said just there. We'll see. We'll see. My throat is kind of dry, kind of hurts. So I'm done here. Dankeschön, thank you. And Dankeschön again.